out flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. See, we got in the building. Anwar Willis, G. McCall, Rick Blackwell, Kennard Smith, Starter Kid Duke, Jeff Spark in the building, Todd Swindle, Steve Elder, Mac, Chilltown Majors, Demon Kennedy, Ratchet since 91. My brother Rod Neal early in that super chat, he said, yes, it's on life support. Fans would rather pocket watch for their favorite fighter instead of wanting to actually see the fights. Yep. And it's the era that we live in. You know, I've made peace with it, bro. I've made peace with it. I've made peace with it, man. I understand that I'm out of place. You know, real supporters are out of place. We're out of place. And that's just what it is now. That's just what it is. This is what we're dealing with. Son of Tank, my brother MP.
What the fuck?
Salute. King Bonnie, Slim Hussein, Mark Wunderlich, Big Texas in the building, Andrew Gray, Soul Power, Teach, 704 Joe, the legend Derek Gaines, salute. Yeah, boxing's on life support, man. And these are just some of the few people that are contributing to the disarray in the sport that I love, that doesn't love me back. You know what I'm saying? So, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. All right. So, yeah, Bob, salute. So let's just go through some of the things that bother me. First and foremost, Green Hawk, what up? First and foremost, we have an issue. We have an issue. Well, you know what? Let me say this. I'm not gonna call it an issue. I'm gonna call it an I told you so. I'm gonna call it an I told you so. You know what I'm saying? we're now in a position where Eddie Hearn is actually in a situation where he could run away with this thing, not because of him strategically doing something, but it's just that the chips have fell into his hand. You know what I relate this to? This is all right, busted. Y'all saw Boogie Nights, right? Funny ass film, man. Y'all saw Boogie Nights? Y'all remember when he was trying to get that loan, and outside of being a corn performer, he worked at a store that sold electronics. You remember that? And he's trying to get a loan, and when people found out that he was a corn performer, he would say, "No, I'm an actor." Texas T, what up? "I'm an actor. It's just acting." I was like, "No, it's pornography." And he was trying to get away from that, right? But he worked a day job also. And do you remember when he went into that diner and he sat down, and that dude went in there and tried to rob the diner? And I think there was either an off-duty cop there. I think it was either an off-duty cop or a guy that was just armed. Shot the waitress. I think one of the patrons got shot. Then the guy tried to shoot the robber, but he shot the robber. The robber shot him, and everybody died. And he was just standing there like, oh shit. And the money that the lady took out the register and put into the bag was sitting there. And he was like, huh? And then he looked down and saw the money in the bag. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's character. And he was just sitting there. He was like, and he looked down at that bag. Now, mind you, the movie took place in the 70s. The movie took place in the 70s. I'm sure there was forensics and stuff back there. I'm sure they'd have figured out, yo, there was someone else here. But there were no like cameras and things like that. It's not as high tech as it is now. This was the movie took place in the 70s. Copper, what up? And he was sitting there like, oh shit. And he was looking around like everybody got killed. There was like 4 or 5 people in the restaurant. TJ, what up? And he's sitting there and he's depressed because he tried to get a bank loan. Gio James, my brother, what up? And he was like, damn, how am I gonna get this bank loan? And he's sitting there eating. Guy comes in, DP, what up? And you run that, whatever he said, give me the money. And the dude sit there and pulled out his gun. And then he shot the waitress. Dude pulled out the gun and shot the robber. The robber shot him, and then I think a patron either ran out or got shot. And when it was done, because it happened in like 3 seconds, when it was done, Don Cheadle was sitting there with blood on him, like, oh shit. And he was like, and he looked around, and the bag of money was sitting on the floor, and he looked like that, and the camera zoomed in on him. He took the bag, and that's how he got what he needed. Said nothing. Everybody was dead. He really didn't do anything, but he took that money though. Clean. Listen. Yeah, Copper, the look on his face, that was acting right there, because he was like bullets flying past him and he didn't get touched. Everybody around him was dead. And it was like late at night. He took that and he looked down and saw the money and the camera zoomed in on him. He took that bread. It was all in the bag. And he took it. That's Eddie Hearn. As it pertains to the business of boxing. Do you know what I was gonna ask him? Well, I'm gonna play this interview. And I uploaded the video, but I'm gonna play it here. And he set the record straight on DAZN. And he set it straight with PBC and how they fumbled the rock. Mr. Shelton, Salute, my brother Clarence McLean in the building, Bronx on deck. Man, let's look into this. This video I uploaded last night. I need y'all to listen to him.
Is it that PBC are the ones where you could go there in trouble financially? But no one says that about the zone when you guys are.
Because they don't have a broadcaster that is paying them money to service their fighters.
Yeah, but the zone is raising costs, and
No, the
they're
zone
going
has the biggest
to.
budget in boxing
Okay.
and continuously make sure.
So they haven't
that all
raised
of
their
them-
subscriptions at all over the.
Everybody's raised their subscriptions.
Okay.
The brother he's talking to, I want to say he works for Fight Hype. It's either Fight Hype or the Boxing Voice. I forget. But he's at all the presses. He's a cool dude. He was actually on my left. His equipment was crazy. So he was trying to get a word in, and when he finally got a word in, I let him cook. Because I wanted to see what Eddie had to say.
For the past couple of years.
Eddie.
But your question is,
Mhm.
why is PBC struggling and why are DAZN not? The answer is DAZN pay a lot of money to promoters for rights fees to service their fighters and keep them active.
You heard that? Let me bring it back. Listen carefully, y'all.
Fees to service their fighters and keep them active. PBC do
One more
not
time.
pay money to promoters for rights fees to service their fighters and keep them active.
To service their fighters to keep them active. What is our number one complaint about the PBC fighters? How long was Errol out of the ring before he got in there with Bud? How long was Deontay? Well, Deontay's not really, with the PBC like that. But, Deontay's a little different because he couldn't get a fight. But both of the names that I mentioned, they were out of the ring for a year. The zone was learning on their feet, and they were watching. They were paying attention. And one of the things that they understood was inactivity is a problem. Inactivity is a problem. If you got to get in there and smash a bum, then you might want to just do that. BFTB in the building. Salute. Teach, what up? This is a problem. And we just keeping it honest. Am I best friends with Eddie? No. But this is boxing and we're going to keep it honest, right? So the zone is learning on its feet. We're going to rip them when they do something wrong. I'm going to defend Al Heyman when you're attacking him race-wise. When I know when motherfuckers is coming for him because of his skin tone. I know it. But when now all the dust settles, let's talk about what's really going on here. Let's talk about it. Let's go back to this.
PBC do not have a broadcaster that pay rights fees for a consistent schedule.
Well, they are with Amazon, right?
No, they have a broadcaster where they've got a couple of pay-per-views.
Okay.
That they have to take a risk off with no guarantees.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Bro, I'm gonna bring it back. Listen to what he just said.
Amazon, right?
No, they have a broadcaster where they've got a couple of pay-per-views.
Okay.
That they have to take a risk off with no guarantees.
You see that? You see that? Now I know this man is a liar. But bro. Yo, Clarence, there was a lot going on, bro. There was a lot going on. Did you hear what he just said? Now do you understand why they're scrambling like eggs on a Sunday morning? With this Canelo situation, they need a return on their investment like ASAP. They really wanted that Benavidez fight. But I'm going to tell you something. The PBC had no business even dealing with Canelo if Canelo never wanted to fight Benavidez. They shouldn't have signed him in the first damn place. That's the PBC's fault. Yo, listen, y'all. You meet the chick at the club, the baddest bitch in there. And she says, you know what? I'm leaving with you. You're like, yes! And then you get out right to the door. She got her coat. And you're like, I'm going to tear her ass up. And before you leave the club, she says, yo, listen. I'm a born-again Christian. I'm not effing tonight. You're gonna take me to get some breakfast. I'm not effing tonight, and I damn sure don't give no skull. Are you still leaving with her? Nope. Put your coat back. I'm not leaving with this dime. I'm gonna leave with this nickel because I gotta get this off tonight. Sorry. You telling me up front, you're not effing. You know, some of you dudes will leave with the chick, get her some bacon and eggs, and hope that you can persuade her to change her mind. No, and then you're gonna get mad when she don't give you nothing. Were you listening before you left the damn club? That's your fault. Should have left that bitch there. That's what you should have did with Canelo. PBC, you should have left him there. Leave him alone. No, you signed him hoping he'll change his mind. Look, he told you he don't want to fight Benavidez. You signed him anyway. Why would you do that? You're thinking that, well, it's Canelo. He's going to sell. Rod Nail back in that super chat. He says they let Canelo burn him twice. Twice. Gonorrhea twice. Yo, babe, why I'm pissing pus? I didn't do nothing. Why I'm pissing pus? All right, I cheated, but it was one time. Then she do it to you again. It's your fault. You went back. Marcus, what up? Big Cup of Joe, what up? Is this making sense? Yo, what? Hold on a minute. Y'all know there was some Ryan Garcia fans in there starting ruckus. I mean, they were, to me, CB Sports, what up? They were kids coming out saying, yo, where the Haney family at? Let me tell you something. I got my jacket. I went back. I'm like, what happened? Clarence was like, yo, security done threw their ass out. And this is no shade to the security, but I was bigger than every last one of them. So if that security was able to hustle those kids out, they ain't want no smoke. And I'm not there for that. 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 But they were in there, pillow fist. I was like, yeah, okay. That's exactly why they let the audience in. Ryan needed it. Pillow fist. Hit up Regis Prograis and ask him about Devin's pillow fist. Ask him. Ask him. They gonna be like, I don't know what they talking about. I was in there with speed knots on my head, almost out twice in that fight. I don't know what they talking about. What did I tell y'all about people watching fighters and not watching actually what's going on in the ring? What'd I tell you about that? Is it safe to say that Ryan ain't got no chin? How many times he hit the floor? How many times Ryan has hit the canvas? Okay. We ain't got to go there. Tay, what up? IBS, what up? I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Devin start knocking niggas out at 140. Bud, what up? Don't be surprised. But anyway, this is the PBC's fault. This is the PBC's fault. Stewart, yeah, salute. Yeah, 3 times he hit the deck. No one's talking about his chin. Ryan Garcia has been dropped 3 times in his career. No one's talking about his chin. The same dude that rocked Devin Haney knocked down Lomachenko. No one's talking about his chin. Lomachenko has lost in the ring 3 times. No one wants to talk about that. They still celebrate him and hold him as a high threat. You see what I'm talking about? Man, fuck y'all. I swear to God, man. Yeah, Tay, he quit. He quit against Tank. But he got these fans are something different, man. They're not different. They're typical. They're fanatics. They like his tattoos, his hair, his skin. He was in there looking like a Miami Vice villain. And I heard he was at the LA Presser smoking a cigarette, according to Blue. I just saw a video this morning. Smoking a cigarette? What are you doing? All right, man. All right. Whatever, man. Whatever. Okay. All right, man. All right. Anyway. This is the PBC's fault. This is all the PBC's fault. It's all their fault. Canelo burned these dudes twice. But the PBC knew that Canelo wasn't banging. They figured, oh man, yeah, this is Canelo. You know, people are going to see him anyway. Which is why, now if BFTB can call up Trail Bill and get the numbers, and DAZN don't release numbers, but BFTB can call up and get the numbers, that must mean a lot of people surrounding Canelo can make those same calls, and they know the DAZN numbers. I would love to know what those numbers were. I would love to know. I would love to know. What were his numbers? When he was with DAZN, what were the numbers? Now watch this. Why didn't the PBC say, before we sign this dude, let's go to our sources and find out what the numbers are? If BFTB can call up Trail Bill and get numbers, you don't think anybody from PBC could call somebody and say, you know what were the numbers for Canelo? Oh, they were that low? This guy ain't a blockbuster like they make him out to be. Nah, we don't need that. Why don't we start our own machine? You have David Benavidez. Put some money behind David Benavidez. And put the pressure on Canelo. DOG, my brother. True Boxing Night, salute. And say, this is the man that Canelo fears. Make t-shirts of it. Every day. Put a media machine behind David Benavidez. Create one. Let me bring it back for a second. Let me put it in simpler terms for people. When Hulk Hogan left the WWF, it was the biggest thing in the world because he was still he left the WWF and went to WCW. As a matter of fact, WCW picked up a lot of guys over there. Hogan went over there. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash went over there. And everyone was like, yo, those are the guys. Those are the rock stars. What is the WWE going to do? You know what they did? They created new stars. That's when you see Stone Cold Steve Austin. That Stone Cold came about because he wasn't Stone Cold when he first got there. He was something called the Ringmaster. And he was a new $1 million champion. That was his first gimmick. I knew who he was, but he wasn't a big enough star. They made him a star. A guy came along, Flex Kavana. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all know him as Rocky Maivia. Oh, I'm sorry, you know him as The Rock. They created that after the older guys left. They created a whole new stable, and it took off. It took off. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Oh, I'm sorry, John Paul Levesque. Oh, see, I know all of these, a majority of those guys. I know all their past gimmicks. And then Triple H emerged. And Shawn Michaels had to reinvent himself. You can create rock stars. Canelo was not the star, y'all. They put money behind his, he's a gimmick. Why y'all acting like he ain't lose before? And why y'all preserving him? His fan base ain't carrying boxing like you think. Listen, I also have a video that I'm going to clip and put on here because he said something before I walked away because I thought Ryan Garcia walked in here with a monkey helmet on, but it was somebody else and they were promoting some website. So I said, all right, fine, but he might not want to fuck the monkey shit. But listen, before I walked off, I have it on video and I'm going to clip it and I'm going to put it up. Eddie Hearn was talking about Canelo. And that's when I disagree with him, but I didn't have time to jump in and check him on it. Well, not check him, but challenge him on that. He said Canelo will fight anybody. David Benavidez, but I was like, stop. I was waiting for him to finish his thought because I didn't want to be rude. Because what happens is, George, what up? What happens in these places is when you interject and hit them with logic, they'll fold and walk off. And I'd have messed it up for everybody. And I didn't want to do that. And plus, these dudes are very petty. Who's that guy? That's Drew Titan. Oh, okay. Make sure he doesn't get, when I'm here, make sure he never gets in. And I don't want to deal with that. So I done cut his ass a billion times already. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kept it professional. This wasn't the time and space for personal feelings. I remember watching Fred talk to him, and he called Fred a clown to his face. And I said, Fred, you see me? Clown. Now go get AJ. Go get your bodyguard. Ain't no refs out here. Ain't no refs out here. This is the street. This is face to pavement. This is back to concrete. You ain't gonna violate me when I'm asking you questions. You ain't gonna violate me. I ask you a question, you can't answer it, and you call me out my name. It don't go like that. Haney said he was drunk last night. He posted something saying he's high. Is he crying for help or trying to make more money? I don't know. I heard at the LA presser, was Ryan drunk or high or something? He was smoking a cigarette. I don't know if he was selling shit at the New York presser. He was selling. I don't know if he's, I don't know. I don't know what he's selling. I know he better get in there and fight. I don't want to hear no excuses. Felix, what up? And listen, man, do not be, the LA press is today. Okay. So he was, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I got to take this call. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Making moves. Brother Cole, salute. So, anyway, yeah, he might, I don't know. I ain't get close to Ryan. I really didn't get close to Ryan. Shamar, what up? What was I saying? Well, anyway, this was a bad gamble. This was really bad. You know, Eddie Hearn was saying these things about Canelo. He's saying he'll fight anybody. No. And I wanted to interject so bad, but he was, man. But, you know, you have to maintain some etiquette there. You have to maintain some etiquette. So I didn't do it. But I'm gonna post it. You're gonna see what he says. And that's just quality control. Sam Max, salute. But at this point, the mystique behind Canelo, it's an overdose. And the PBC is paid for it. Legitimately, it's paid for it. They bought the hype. They're realizing, hey man, this fan base ain't gonna carry us through this Amazon Prime deal. They thought that if they threw some money at him, he'd fight Benavidez. They thought it was a money situation. No, Canelo has money. There is no amount of money in the world that'll get him in the ring with David Benavidez. If there is, prove me wrong. They signed this dude, and David Benavidez wasn't a part of that. And they signed him. You know what they did? They did what DAZN tried to do with Deontay Wilder. Y'all forgot? Champion Heart in that super chat, much love. He says, salute to Drew Titan LLC and brothers and sisters in the chat. Keep grinding, man. I'm on the job, good brother. Thank you so much. Do y'all remember they had $100 million for Deontay? And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lou DiBella went behind the situation and wanted to see what was going on. And I think Lou DiBella was removed from Team Bomb Squad or something of that. I could have that backwards. I could have that wrong. I think he was removed from the team for trying to see what that was about. But D ended up going over there and sitting down with them. Y'all remember this? They said, Deontay, we got a 3-fight deal, $100 million. And y'all remember when everyone went crazy and was saying, hey, that's the most Deontay's ever gonna make. Remember that? Stormy in the building, salute. You remember that? And Deontay said, blah, 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 blah. Is AJ part of this deal? Oh, well, you could choose and fight whoever you want. EJ McCrory, Jay Gibson, salute. You can fight whoever you want. Is AJ part of this deal? Well, you can fight this guy and Spicoli and Bacoli. Is AJ a part of this deal? Well, you could do, wait a minute. Is AJ signed to DAZN? No, AJ's on Matchroom. But he can fight on DAZN because, you know, we have a relationship with Eddie Hearn. So he's not signed to DAZN. He's signed to Matchroom. You want me to sign a 3-fight deal here and AJ's not a part of this deal? No thanks. He got up, he left, and DAZN had to apologize for not having their business together. Meanwhile, that was like 7 years ago. You still got idiots running around right now in 2024 saying that Deontay ducked the $100 million deal. They're just as dumb as the Ryan Garcia fans calling Devin Haney pillow fist. And by the way, Ryan, you better not get knocked out in the first round because you got to retire. Y'all shook on that. But then when you went into the DAZN booth, you just said, oh, man, I was just talking. No. Don't backtrack now. You just shook hands on it. This dude is Cap. Mansa Musa, my brother. This dude's he just stayed capping. You shook on it. We all saw it. That's why they say, yo, this dude's drunk or something. You shook on it. Then you told the DAZN broadcast, yeah, I was just, Messenger, what up? Yeah, I was just talking. No, too late. You better not, don't get dumped on your head in the first round, bro. Bro, you get dumped on your head in the first round and don't beat the count, or if you just knocked out clean, bro, keep your word. Well, you know, at this point, it don't matter. Nobody keeps their word. Well, I'm sorry, only a handful of people in boxing keep their word. Exactly, Clarence. It's on video. But I'm saying, you know why I'm saying it don't matter? Because if he gets dumped on his head and don't beat the count, or if he's knocked out clean in the first round, I ain't gonna be checking for him. I'm not. You done lost to Tank. You done lost to Devin. Who's checking for you? I know one kid will be checking for you. That's the kid that I interviewed. He'll be checking for you. Your next stop should be Jake Paul. I mean, that's where I'm at with this. ES, salute, sis. So, DAZN tried to do that with Deontay. Didn't work. The PBC throws a bag at Canelo. He takes the bag, and we don't get what we want. And they're finding out the hard way that it doesn't matter. They find out the hard way that it doesn't matter. The PBC understands now, this guy, we signed this guy. He thinks he's going to do what he wants and get paid. Yeah, and guess what? He is. That's why he left y'all asses. Breach of contract. Three-fight deal. He gave you a Charlo. He wants the other Charlo because it's easy work at this point. He'll fight anybody else at 168. He'll gonna give you a Charlo and Berlanga, and you're gonna like it. He's not, and I repeat, he is not gonna give you a David Benavidez. And that's why I wanted to challenge Eddie on. But it'll turn into a shit show. Stormy, my brother, in that super chat, he said, this dude trying to sabotage the fight, man. Hey, man, look. Boxing's on life support. The PBC, you mean to tell me there was no one in that office? I could have told, because Al Heyman, I'm sure he got people in charge to do the thinking. There was nobody in there with a brain that said, you know what, fuck this guy. We need to do what Vince McMahon did with Steve Austin and The Rock and the New Age Outlaws. He created new stars. Let him go. Canelo is long in the tooth in boxing years. Jermaine Jubilee, what up? PGH, what up? True Maine. I don't know. I'll listen to it. I don't know what he says at the conference today. I'll listen to it. Do you understand? Corey, my brother, new fat boy, what's good? Do you understand that they made a boo-boo? Yeah, Clarence. Ryan was extremely nervous. That's what all that jumping around was about. He was shaking in his boots. Do you understand that, you have, the PBC has a stable. All they got to do is put money in the marketing of those guys. You should have had Bud in commercials. You already know you're on your last leg. Showtime is gone. You shouldn't have put money in Canelo. Let him go somewhere. You have Benavidez. You now promote him as the Canelo killer. The Canelo killer. The cinnamon killer. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All that stuff. Y'all should have put a budget in clowning Canelo. A big old budget. Eric Jordan, salute. Y'all should have put a budget in clowning Canelo. And you don't even have to put it, you put one commercial on television while you're promoting Amazon. You know what I mean? And then what you do after that is go on the internet. Oh shit, 503's in the building. He just fell off. He'll come back. You put him on it. You put a budget in clowning Canelo. Put a budget in clowning Canelo. That's what you do. That's what you do. 503 line in the building. Salute.
Hey, yo, what's good with it, OG? Salute.
What's good?
Man, apologies, man, for the tardiness, man. I'm just getting somewhere where I can chop it up, and have good service. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, man. Salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my my OG Drew Titan, man, for inviting me on the show today, man. I was listening to you cook up, man. You know what I'm saying? What you want to talk about though?
Well, right now we on Eddie Hearn I'm gonna clip the video and upload it sometime today if I get a minute. Eddie Hearn stated that, he said, Canelo, he's not fearful of anyone. He'll fight anybody. But the reason why he told us the reason why they let Canelo go in the first place, because they didn't have the stable for him to fight. Right? Young Abel, what's good? And that made sense. But he took his ass to the PBC and we're still not getting what we want of him.
Oh, so you was right there. You was right there when he said that. Not to cut you off, but you was right there.
No, he was. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. But what's the point of him going somewhere else when he's still not going to fight the competition that we want to see him fight? You understand? So
right.
He also said he thinks he'll fight anybody. But now he's in a position where, okay, anybody was Jermell Charlo, the smaller one. And don't tell me he'll fight anybody when the franchise status was invented specifically for him, by him.
Mm.
You understand? And Mauricio Sillyman was up on the stage. I was trying to run up on him and say, what happened to the franchise status? But he vanished. When I got to the goddamn thing, he walked off.
Yeah, I seen that.
So I wanted to challenge him on that. But, you challenge these guys in this setting and they get to stuttering, I fuck it up for everybody. But that's okay. If it got to be fucked up, it got to be fucked up. But now he's at the PBC and he's not giving us what we want. And he's surrounded by the talent. The opportunities are there. And he's not taking it. Case in point, David Benavidez. And what I'm saying is the PBC shouldn't have put a machine behind Canelo. They should I compared it to the WWF in the 90s. When Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash left the WWF and went to the WCW, all Mr. McMahon did was create new stars.
Right.
And he did that. That's how we got to know The Rock and the New Age Outlaws and Hunter Hearst Helmsley and all these guys and Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had to reinvent his product. And that's what he did. The PBC should have did that. They say, yo, man, they should have been like, fuck Canelo. We have a better product in David Benavidez. And if this dude don't want to fight, let Canelo go independent. Let us see how he's the face of boxing. Let him go independent, right? And see how his fans carry him. And what I was saying was, I can't believe nobody in the PBC could have picked up a fucking phone and called someone like how BFTV called Bill and said, what were the numbers for Devin versus Regis? And he got it just like that. PBC couldn't call someone and say, what were the numbers with Canelo in his last few fights? They couldn't do that because I'm sure they weren't blockbusters. I'm sure they weren't. Who the fuck paid for John Ryder? I want to know. I didn't even watch it. I watched it later. I'll just say that. I watched it later. That's what I did. I ain't paid for it. Fuck that. I'm a consumer. You're not giving me what I want, so I'm not going to pay for it. But I watched it. Because fuck y'all. That's why. I'm tired of y'all robbing me. Fuck y'all. For real. Y'all already rich. We're working people. Y'all rich because of us. At least have the decency to give us what we want. If you're not, I'm not going to pay for it. But I'm going to talk about you. Assholes. And this is something that you couldn't do 20 years ago. Now I'm doing it. But there's some motherfuckers that'll pay for it unconditionally. I'm not an unconditional fan like that. I've been fucked off in this sport longer than a lot of motherfuckers been alive. I'm dead serious. And this is how we fight back. We voice our opinion on how annoyed we are. The PBC fucked up by signing this guy thinking that they could throw bread at him to get him to fight David Benavidez. He's already a coward. He ducked Jermall Charlo 6 years ago. He's ducking David Benavidez now. He still hasn't fought Andre. So this is nothing new. And before I go any further, your thoughts on that, bro?
I mean, it's a lot to digest, right? Because you got so many moving layers with that whole setup. But I think you going to the press conference and seeing Eddie Hearn and being able to, you know what I'm saying, politic and network in the room is a good thing for the family. First things first, salute to you for that. and Blue Blood and Clarence, you know what I'm saying, and Greg Hatchet, all the good brothers that was there. I love seeing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I love that picture you put up with you, Blue and Greg. You know what I'm saying? That was some trill shit. You know what I'm saying? So salute to y'all for that. But honestly, man, I mean, I know people is gonna blame the PBC, but you also got to take into account Showtime, right? Mm-hmm. Steven Espinoza. See, a lot of people don't know, but Steven Espinoza used to be a Golden Boy lawyer. You know what I'm saying? For Oscar, right? Mm-hmm. So he had a big part to play in that whole giving Canelo the bag. You know what I'm saying? He's done this numerous of times. He did it in the Floyd Mayweather fight. How did Canelo skip the line and get to fight Floyd? When you had Thurman, you had Porter, you had Kell Brook, you had Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? You had Thurman, you had all these dudes, right? That was Showtime who did that. You know what I'm saying? And they turned right back around and did the same thing again. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Caleb Plant, right? You know, and then his third time around, it cost them their fucking company.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because Paramount bought Showtime, but Paramount was looking at the real fucking numbers.
Yeah.
Not the bullshit that you hear from Rick
glass ass.
Not the numbers that you hear from old Rick over there. You know what I'm saying? Paramount seen the real numbers and they said, you know what? Showtime Sports, boxing, we're not going to invest our money into that. We're just going to cancel that and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. Instead of Espinoza and PBC saying, you know what? Well, like you said, Drew, we got our own stable of guys. Let's build all these guys up. You know what I'm saying? Let's stack the undercards. Let's not wait 5 years to do Earl Spence and Crawford. If they would have did the shit when people actually wanted to see it, that fight would have did Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia numbers, bro. It would have did it.
Yep.
But it didn't do it. So now, Canelo has oversaturated the market with these bullshit fights, bro. Let's just be honest. Even if Canelo showed you who he was in his first big deal with the Zone, you know what I'm saying? He fucking snaked Oscar out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Canelo had the biggest contract in boxing history, bro. $360 million. That was unheard of, bro. And as soon as Oscar Lim is telling you, hey man, look, you're gonna have to start fighting somebody, bro. We can't, the Zone is not finna keep giving us this budget for you, and you not fucking fighting the guys we want to see you fight, bro. So what in typical Canelo fashion, what'd he do, Drew? He get out the Golden Boy deal and he started talking shit about Oscar. The only American promoter who took a chance on you and built you up and took you from the slums of Guadalajara, Mexico. Right?
Yep.
We can say whatever we want to say about Golden Boy, but Golden Boy did a great fucking job building up Canelo. Golden Boy made Canelo who he is today. I don't give a damn what nobody say about Oscar and Golden Boy for that. That Mexican fan base, they made Canelo who he is. Why you think all of the Mexican dudes are over at Golden Boy? Ryan Garcia, Barboza, all these guys, Virgil Ortiz, they want to be the next Canelo.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But am I surprised that he doing this again, bro? No, he's done it numerous of times. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to fight Golden Boy was trying to make you fight Triple G 5 years ago. You didn't want to fight Triple G.
What did he do the first time?
Franchise me, Suleiman, and then you try to run down on Suleiman and ask him about it. all of a sudden this motherfucker turned into Houdini.
That's right.
He disappeared.
Right off the stage. It's like he saw me coming.
This
Right,
is
it's
bro.
like coming. It's like he saw me coming. I said, let me ask him what happened on this franchise shit. I got to the stage, that nigga vanished, B. And I was
know.
right there. I ain't see where he went.
I seen you, bro. I say, damn. I say, oh shit, Drew finna ask Suleiman some questions. I'm like, what? Well, damn, where did he go?
Yo, I had the camera up. Where did he go?
Where did he go?
That nigga disappeared, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Niggas was nice with it. I think they had trap doors on the floor on the stage. Because I couldn't find Derrick James either.
Man,
That brother vanished, bro.
look, man. PBC can save theyself, bro. But this is what the PBC is gonna have to do. Y'all are gonna have to give the fans what they asking for, man. It's not hard. Okay, give us Tank Davis, Frank Martin. But after that, bro, y'all are gonna have to either give us Tank Davis and Devin Haney or Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. With Benavidez, right? He goes to 75. He can fight the winner of Better Be Even Bivol. And guess what, PBC? Y'all don't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? That Eddie did say some shit. You know what I'm saying? On that interview, and he was like, man, these dudes, they don't like working with people. You got the turkey guy, his excellent turkey over there.
Yep.
Get Benavidez over there in Saudi. He can fight Bivol a better be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do a little co-promotion, work it out. You know, maybe Amazon Prime and the Zone do a co-promotion or something. I don't know. But y'all are gonna have, in this era of boxing today, y'all are gonna have to make these fights that fans want to see, fam. Because if y'all don't, you're dead. You know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna ask you this right here, right now. Are you gonna buy, as a fan, as a working man that has a family? You know what I'm saying? You grind every day for your money. Are you going to buy Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu?
From what? On what? PBC?
Amazon Prime pay-per-view, brother.
That's a pay-per-view?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
You thought that shit was free?
I thought that was gonna be them introducing us to it. I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna let us ride on that.
Nah, brother, you gotta pay for that, brother. You
How
gotta
much?
pay.
How much is that pay-per-view gonna cost?
I don't know. Probably anywhere from 50 to 60, probably $80, somewhere around that price
Well,
range.
it is. I got the money, but now we're talking about principle, man. If you give them an inch, they're gonna take a yard. If they're gonna charge me for Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman, you know, let me be petty for a second. Keith Thurman didn't give us Errol like 5 years ago, bro. When he was supposed to. He getting in a car accident. He's saying his arm hurt. But then when the Manny Pacquiao shit came about, all of a sudden he ain't need no surgery. And then he got in there and fucked around and lost that fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, bro, listen. To answer your question, no. Xavier said it's gonna be $80, bro.
80.
Nah.
80. And guess what, Drew? It's not even for the title. The fucking WBO ain't sanctioning the fight. So what that tell you?
No, there's no value in this fight. There's no trophy.
Not in Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu, but in you still got Rolly, Pitbull Cruz, and I think Fundora. And let me ask you about this. How do you, man? Oh man, I wish you would have talked to Suleiman, bro. How do you feel about Suleiman fucking this nigga Sebastian Fundora got knocked the fuck out, right?
Badly.
This nigga woke up in a title fight, Drew. They fucking put
They put
Jamel Charlo champion in recess, bro. And now Fundora is fighting some Ukrainian dude, some dude for the title, bro. That's
what happened to what you called it that knocked him out. Having a
Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza. Why?
He fought. He already fought for the title. He lost to Tim Tszyu.
But so what though? Fundora got slept. How the fuck he getting up off the floor and be like, "Hey man, you got a title shot."
Bro, that's what the people. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is the type of shit.
How many title shots did Lomachenko kept getting?
Ooh, man.
and get the franchise offer.
Yeah, you know, Lomachenko, he different, bro. He probably like on his 9th or 10th title shot, bro.
Now I know Mendoza lost to Tim Tszyu. I know that.
Yeah.
But he beat Fundora. He slept him bad.
Facts. Motherfucker woke up in the title shot, Drew.
So when we tell you that the fix is in, this is the shit we talking about.
Yeah.
How does that happen? His last fight was a knockout loss. He gets up off the floor and now he got a title shot. How the fuck does that happen?
You gotta pay for it too. $80. You gotta pay
Stay
for
Dangerous. Our brother Stay Dangerous says Sergey Derevyanchenko will sleep Fundora. How tall is Sergey? No, I'm sorry. Sergey's about 5'9". I don't even think he's 5'9", bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sergey is not 5'9". He is not 5'9". I'm telling y'all. How tall is Fundora? He's like 6'7".
Yeah.
This guy is not 5'9", man. I'm telling you, I'm 6'2". This guy's not 5'9". I was surprised when motherfuckers, they thought this was Ricky Hatton. I said, well, Ricky Hatton's smaller than him. Now listen, man. First of all, Ricky Hatton was there. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even play with that guy. Fuck that guy forever. This guy's not 5'9". He's shorter than that. He's about.
Bro.
Sergey is about.
He about 5'7", like Clarence said. He about 5'7", 5'8".
He about 5'7". He's not 5'9". Bill's 5. Yeah. Bill's taller than him. That is not 5'9", y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Right.
This guy got 2 inches on Roach Malakun. This nigga here. That's 5'5", y'all. Bill's 5'9". That's 5'5". All right. This guy's not 5'9". I'm telling y'all. Let me address the question. Our brother I Am True Maine. He said, shouldn't Al be able to subpoena the numbers from the zone, or is it because they're a foreign business that can't be released? I think it's because it's a foreign business. You can't subpoena those guys. And the thing is, I don't know on what grounds they would subpoena the zone for. I mean, what would they say? You know what I'm saying, True Maine? What would they say? Jay, what up? I don't know what they would say. Like, we want to subpoena the numbers. Well, why? You know what I mean? Like, we need to base what we offer Canelo off of what they did with Canelo. I mean, like, nah, motherfucker, we ain't got to give you shit.
Nope.
Gamble with it. And that's what they did. And they gambled and they lost.
Yep.
That's what they did. And this is an L.
Big fucking L.
This is an L.
And you know what, too? Now, the dudes over there that's been holding the PBC down, they should feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Tank Davis, all the big dogs at PBC, Tank, Wilder, Spence, the Charlo brothers, Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes, man, they've been holding down. They stayed loyal to Al, bro. And y'all was finna get this dude Samson offered Canelo $55 million guaranteed, bro, and he turned it down. And all these other dudes would have fought Benavidez for way less bread. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Fucking insane, bro.
Like,
it's insane.
And you know what? What I've noticed too, though. I see how people are taking up in protecting Canelo, bro. But you know, just like you said, when Wilder went to the zone, they called Wilder a duck. When AJ turned down the $50 million, they called AJ a duck. When Tank Davis turned down the $20 million from Turkey, you know what I'm saying? They called Tank a duck.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
It's real hard not to fucking call Canelo a duck.
Yeah, man.
And we got 35 for you versus Munguia. I don't fight Mexicans. They said we got 55, damn near 60 for you to fight Benavidez. He can't even fucking. He said, "Gang." He said, "We speak Spanish too." Then he said, "Huh? That's Italian." He started speaking other languages. Get the fuck out of here. Jose Benavidez Sr. is on all social media going bonkers right now. And see,
As he should. Yeah.
that's where the PBC fumbled the rock. They were supposed to go in. They should have put a budget. Some of the money that were really, some of that 55 million they were going to give Canelo, they should have spent 10 million of that as a campaign to shit on Canelo and call him out his name. You got to play dirty, man. Don't kiss this dude's ass. Say fuck him forever. We got the product. And guess what? If he don't fight him, it's irrelevant. You claim that 10 million on your fucking taxes. You'll get it back. But you put that money in promoting the Mexican monster. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And if his fans don't like it, fight him. That's how you shut him up. And if Canelo never fights Benavidez has the last word. Campaign, man. Do that shit. But you want to give this motherfucker all this money. You sign him and don't give him what he wants, and now he could sue your ass. This is stupid. This is all dumb. Franchise statuses, and this guy Canelo's walking around here doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And this is what I'm saying. This is why boxing is on life support, because he's drained the swamp. He's not cancer. You know how we say, oh, this person's a cancer to the sport. No. This guy Canelo is AIDS. He's the baddest bitch in the club. You take her home, you smash, and you say, "Well, I ain't got no hats, but you know, I'm gonna play Russian roulette." Well, guess what? You played Russian roulette with a semi-automatic weapon, you dummy. You're not supposed to do that. One shot, it's over. I don't care if there's one bullet in the magazine, stupid. It's over for you.
Over.
And this is what they've done. Phenomenal Mexican, main biker, salute. This is what they've done. Cadillac Red, my brother. And that's another thing. Exactly, Red. Shakab didn't take the 25%. He running up on George Cambosa. I heard Red talking about this yesterday. And I think DFTV mentioned it yesterday too. Ran up on Cambosis. Talking about, yo, teach your man some defense. He said, take 25%. He was like, yo, well, show him some defense. He said, take 25%. He trying to get a fight with George Cambosis. He said, man, take 25%. What are you doing? What are you talking to us for? You can get 4 belts in one night on a pay-per-view with the highest, most money you could ever make. Plus, Devin Haney was going to be drained, and you didn't take it? And what's the result now? You running around the ring from De Los Santos, leaving a bad taste in people's mouth. That's the result? That right there? That? We're not getting what we want as consumers, man. JB, what up? Ring Dragon, what up? Razor, what's good? So
yeah, I'm gonna be real. Let me respond to what you just said real quick about Core. I think it's gonna be real uncharted murky waters for Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because people gotta understand this too. He is in his last fight deal with Top Rank, and they have not re-signed or came to any type of understanding. So they might finna do him like they did Crawford. And maybe that's another reason why it's really not no push for Shakur over there right now. As you can see. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is getting fight dates. Oscar Valdez got a fight date.
Yep.
Big Baby Anderson got a fight date. No Shakur fight date though. He a champion. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the fucked up part. That was a 50-50 fight between him and Devin, especially Devin being drained and all this shit. I wasn't comfortable with that, but Devin would have did it.
Yeah.
There's a possibility Shakur could have won that.
Yeah, man. He should have never let Devin get away. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because now look at Devin's growth. You know what I'm saying? And look at his growth, right? Look at Tank. You know what I'm saying? And then like Red made a good point too. And salute to my brother for that. Like look at Tank. If Tank Davis and Frank Martin fight and fucking
oh man,
Ryan and Devin fights and they do big numbers and they, you know what I'm saying? And they get all this money and fame and clout. You know, bro, you're gonna look like a fucking loser.
Yo, bro, fuck around. And Tank. If Frank Martin, if that fight's actually etched in stone and it happens, Shakur's just on the outside looking stupid. Yep. You could have fought Frank Martin, but prior to that, you could have fought Devin. Now you had a stink against De Los Santos, so we don't know what you're doing next. And now you're running around saying you want that smoke with Super Real Matias. Matias is at 140. What's going on, man? What's going on? You want Super Real Matias now? Did you forget this man is at 140? Oh my God, man! I don't. Yo, man, these kids. Yo, who's raising these kids?
Well, Drew, I'm gonna say this. And I know you got the super chat up. I'm gonna say this. Shakur's gonna have to do one or two things.
What's
you know
that?
what I'm saying? You're either gonna have to re-sign to Top Rank, right? And hope and pray that you get Lomachenko and Navarrete at 35. You know what I'm saying? Or you take a leap of faith on yourself. You bet on yourself. You say, fuck Top Rank. Give me my last fight to get me out this contract. You know what I'm saying? And you go to 140 and activate your WBC, you know what I'm saying, mandatory status up there at 40. And maybe you go over that match. If I was on Shakur's team, that's what I would tell him. Look, hey, bro, you either going to stay at Top Rank, hope that you get these fights at 35, bro, or you go do business with Eddie Hearn, go to 40, because you got Dev over there. I mean, you got Dev and you got Matias over there, right?
Yep.
So go to Matchroom, bro. You gonna get paid probably better. You know, you start your own company or something like how Dev. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Dev is giving niggas the blueprint on how to do shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a PBC fighter or a Top Rank fighter. You don't have to be signed to these dudes in these slave contracts, man.
I don't think these guys are confident enough. I don't think they're not savvy enough. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Bill and Dev get enough credit. I don't think
bro.
They're savvy enough. I don't think they're brave enough to step outside and do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're brave enough. And Devin, and that's what I'm saying. Devin's a boss, and this is what I'm talking about.
All right.
This is what I'm talking about. Now, Canelo, I guess you could say he's a boss too. But what's the difference? Devin is a boss, and he's trying to give us what we want. Canelo is not. He's saying, fuck y'all. I don't need to. Because these niggas is paying me. Stop paying this guy. Leave him out there. They say, you know what, Canelo, whatever your next fight is going to be, ain't going to be with anyone from my stable. Fuck you. And PBC got all the opponents. And then he can go back to the zone. Well, what about, go back to Matchroom. What you got going on over there? Nothing, Canelo. You're not fighting any of my guys unless you give us what we want. Mm-hmm. That's the product. And that's the other side when these fighters are in a position where they can make moves and they don't need the promoters or whatever. They don't need the companies. That's the dark side. The difference is Devin is not the dark side. He's in a position of power and he can give us what we want. And that's what he's trying to do. Canelo is not. Right. Canelo is not. Let me read this super chat. Young Abel in that super chat. He says Canelo put HBO and Showtime boxing out of business. HBO did it to themselves. Right. Yeah. Now let me say this. Drew is absolutely right. I'm not gonna put HBO on Canelo because Canelo came on HBO on the back end. HBO did a lot of disservice to the black fighters, like Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, and they tried to put a lot of stock into the Eastern European guys. Yep. But see, they're fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because you put so much stock into these guys, but you had already built HBO off of black fighters and Mexican fighters. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you fucking went all Eastern European and Boxing After Dark was a bash black show, you went out of business. Now when you go to HBO, you watching fucking Game of Thrones and House of Dragon now. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to this right here.
They're done. Eric Jordan in that super chat, he said Canelo was scared of the ninja sword, lightweight. Let me hit him one time.
Give power to my nigger sword!
That shit's so funny. I don't know where the fuck you be finding these fucking clips at, dog.
I'm a fucking fool, yo. brother Red.
Oh,
The brother
man.
Red said everybody on pay-per-view and Shaqat fighting on Thursday nights. That's true.
Facts.
That's true, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. They got Queen Salute. Mo G, what's going on? I don't understand how. Oh, there go my brother. Our fella in the building with Salute, good brother.
Salute.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, yeah, your most hater, our fella back for another one. Bronx on deck. Pull up. You know, dig. It's your favorite, yeah, your most hater, our fella. Salute to the usual suspects. Salute to the chat and salute to the LDBC. You know, dig. I just heard 503 talk about Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. I'm like, yo, I gotta pull up.
Facts.
But yo, salute to you, Drew. You know what I mean? Yeah, apologies for the tardiness as well. You know what I mean? I was getting some things situated over here. In the background and whatnot. But definitely some good cooking. I'm hearing from you and the brother 503. And yeah, it just perked my interest to come up on the show now. You know what I mean? To speak my piece as well. Now, I think your title, boxing is on life support. You know what I mean? It is fitting. But I don't think boxing is on life support in a global sense, Drew. I think boxing is on life support in the American sense, bro.
Fair enough.
In the American sense, when we look on the global scale, we've seen the UK market develop in front of our eyes. We now regularly watch UK fighters and UK cards. We've now seen the Middle Eastern market develop in front of our eyes. Whether you want to talk about Saudi Arabia, whether you want to talk about a few years back for Kinahan in Dubai, you know what I mean? The Middle Eastern market, it's open for business, right? Yeah. There's a Japanese market now. It's not just a new way over there. We seen last week Junto Nakatani. We see they got a serviceable little brother that can fight as well. I know another named Kazuto Ioka, who's another great boxer down there that don't get no shine. That I've been saying, Monster Inoue been ducking Ioka for a long time. You know what I mean?
Hey, all fella, you know what they talking about too now? They saying that Nakatani and the Inoue little brother should do a fucking unification in the Superdome. Yeah,
that makes all the sense. I hope they get that done. They're on the same promotion and whatnot, but you see what it is. You got Japan developing their boxing, the big time boxing. Let's go over to Australia. We never used to talk about Australian boxing before. Now we have fighters coming out of Australia. You have the dudes, you got the Maloney brothers. You know what I mean? It ain't just Anthony Mundine. It ain't just Jeff Fenech and shit like that. You know what I mean? There's some world-class fighters coming out of Australia. So all across the world, you're seeing developing markets. Drew, if Zhilei Big Bang Zhang wins his next couple of fights, China is going to be a huge market in boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Circling back to the U.S., when we look at the boxing landscape, we have to put the fault at the American investors. We have to put the fault at the American networks that haven't given boxing the airtime that it needs. Not just the fights alone, but we're talking about the programming outside of the fights. You know what I mean? You see all these other leagues, sport leagues and whatnot, and they have like programming outside of their outside of their whatever, if it's UFC, they have sports talk shows.
Yeah.
And focused on that league, focused on that sport. Boxing is devoid of that since the HBO left, pretty much. They were ESPN doesn't have the Max on Boxing. They fired Kellerman. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So a lot of that leads to a lack of interest into the sport. So you look at the heavyweight division. Once again, the big boys rule. You know what I mean? It's fair enough to the little guys. You know what I mean? Shout out to the lightweights. Shout out to the welterweights. But we all know the boxing world goes as the heavyweight division goes, and the heavyweight division ain't in the U.S. no more. We have maybe 2 ranked fighters that are American, and 1 Deontay Wilder, and 2 Jared Big Baby Anderson. Years ago, that wasn't the case. The whole list was filled with American talent. To hop on and start poking the dead carcass of the PBC.
God damn, man.
They're at fault for this too, because the beloved entity we loved as the PBC that was supposed to be upholding and uplifting African American fighters and whatnot, and not only African American fighters but American fighters in general, getting them their best paydays and best options outside of boxing. At that, they haven't nurtured the American heavyweight division at all. They've done the same thing that HBO was doing when we complained and criticized HBO for bringing in all these European. Where PBC hasn't marketed and hasn't uplifted, hasn't pushed any American heavyweight prospects. The last prospects I seen were coming from Cuba, were coming from Ukraine that the PBC was pushing, right? The last pay-per-view of heavyweights, I think, if I can remember correctly, was Andy Ruiz against Uncle Ortiz. Where are our American heavyweights? Where are our American heavyweights in this whole thing? Light heavyweight division. There's not much to talk about as far as American content. Cruiserweight division. It's always been kind of, you know what I mean, kind of weak, but there's not much to talk about with regards to American content, cruiserweights or heavyweights. So this is an issue. This is an issue which leads to boxing being on life support in America. You know, dig? So I don't know if anybody wants to pick up off of that or debate me off of that, but yeah, those are my thoughts with regards to. I don't think it's dying worldwide, but in this faction, in this here area, in the Americas, yeah, you're right, bro. It's on life support.
Nah, I agree, man. That's well put, brother.
Let me say something real quick, Jordan. I know you finna end the show.
Go ahead, bro. I got some time.
I just say this, man. In response to our fella made some valid point. The American fighters, man, they're gonna have to market themselves, bro.
Yep.
You know,
like who? Devin, right?
Right.
See,
like a Devin, like a Devin. You know, Earl Spence did, or Bud Crawford is doing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to market yourself in some shape, form, or fashion. Being a good fighter just ain't good enough no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can say what we want to say about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And I know Ryan probably is gonna get flamed and shit like that, but Ryan Garcia he know how to market himself. You know what I'm saying? Rolly know how to market itself. Like people, they're gonna have to take initiatives to market themselves, right? Because PBC is not doing a great job at that. They don't have a platform to do that, so you have to create your own platform. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going on Amazon Prime every other day, checking to see if it's gonna be anything boxing or PBC related, bro. And Amazon has not put out one boxing video or any type of boxing content on their platform.
Their schedule? What's their schedule?
I don't know. I know that Thurman and Zoo fight at the end of March.
What's on that undercard?
It's Rolly and Pitbull Cruz and Fundora. But it's not what I'm saying, Drew. It's nothing related to that fight on the platform.
Exactly.
And we're in the end. Well, this is the last day in February, so the fight is less than a month out, and I still have no content on boxing on Amazon Prime.
You know what I heard?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I heard? I heard that Amazon has a deal as such that they could at any point they could back out if they feel they're not getting a return on their investment. This first event could be make or break for them. It's like, all right, we're gonna put on this event. You got Fundora, you got Pitbull, Cruz, and Rolly, and you got Keith Thurman and Tim Zoo. Now, if it doesn't do what they say it's gonna do, they could, off this one event, they could back out. This is what I heard. I can't confirm it. But if that's the case, what the fuck are they gonna do? And at this point, I really don't care. Now, America has a lot of talent. And right now, this is the perfect time for these fighters to say, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. And all of these fighters, they come from hometowns. Get in touch with your people. Rally yourself. Use the internet for what it's for. And when it's all said and done, guess what? This is why the LDBC is important. See, all you motherfuckers that look at us crazy and have a preconceived notion of who we are and what we do, and I'm talking to you niggas, this is where we come in at. Who carried that torch for Devin Haney and Bill? Where do you see him the most on our platforms? He saluted the LDBC. When I put the camera in his face, he knew my name. He said, shout out to the mighty LDBC. How many times you heard Bill say that he built Devin up right here on YouTube? He fucks with us heavy. Hint, hint. You Negroes need to toot your own horn. Promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do it yourself. Social media made it as such where you don't really need. Listen, man, Jake Paul just stumbled upon boxing and said, shit, I can make money with this? Yeah. And now he here and he takes it serious. But why is he more of a face in boxing and he's not the most skillful boxer? Make that shit make sense. Ryan Garcia is not the most skillful boxer. But where's his fan base come from? Social media. You don't need these dudes. Bob Arum said that about Bud. The amount of money I lost on Bud, I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills. He said that. But nigga, you the promoter. What do you mean? You're supposed to do a job. You're supposed to do a job. So Bud, at that point, he should be the hottest free agent in the world right now. He don't need no promoter. He don't need no Top Rank, no Al Haymon, Golden Boy. No. He needs a camera on his phone, and he needs Bernie to grab that selfie stick and just film him in the gym running, maybe doing some jokes, hitting the bag or whatever. The fan base is there already. Promote yourself. Promote yourself. You don't need, this is old school.
Yep.
This is old school.
Yep. You don't need these niggas, man.
You don't need these guys.
Nope.
You can reach out. This is unlike anything that you've ever seen at this point. You could actually have a fighter. You can get a fighter's point of view in real time. It's 11 o'clock right over here in New York, 11 a.m. Bud could say something right now. He just said it. He just said it. It comes up. Bud says, yo, I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat this sandwich. Yo, I got the bubble guts. About to go take a shit. Oh, really? This is why you don't need magazines no more. I mean, they're around, but things have changed, and these people could do it themselves. But these kids are too scared. A lot of them, they're not scared. They're stupid and scared.
Yep.
So it doesn't make sense to shit on Devin Haney. Because look what he's done on his own. On his own. That's why he can walk into the office of any one of these Golden Boy, The Zone, Matchroom, and say, look, I want to fight a guy. He's on the banner. Let's talk. Oh,
yeah, that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to cut you off, but you got to give. I'm glad you said that because you got to give Bill and Dev they credit for that too. They went over. Bill pulled up on Oscar at the event, and they got shit done. They got shit popping. You know, even he had to go through the motherfucking guard dog with Noah Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? But he did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So salute to Bill for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there shows you. You know what I'm saying? If you have a good team, you know what I'm saying? You your own boss, you can walk in the building and get shit done. You know what I'm saying? And I think fighters, you know, that's coming in the same era as Devin Haney and, you know, dudes that's gonna come behind Dev in the future, it's right there for you to see, man.
It also shows that the people they doing business with, they're not just saying, yo, get out of here, who are you? They see value in Devin. Yep. You know what I mean? They see value in Devin. So that all of this talk about him not being a boss, and listen, man, he's more of a boss than Tank is, than Tank ever was. All these people I'm mentioning, Tank, you really think Tank needs anybody at this point with his fans running around here doing what they do? He could do this shit himself. D-Free, what up? He could do this shit himself. These fighters don't need anybody. And the guys that are not even making millions of dollars right now, y'all don't need anybody. Why? Y'all got the power of social media. Look at Jake Paul. And a lot of these guys, and this is no shade to Jake Paul, but these guys, he's not a top tier fighter. But he has some backing. You guys are top tier fighters. I mean, you guys are ranked on a pound for pound list, some of these guys. What the fuck you need a Bob Arum for? Bob Arum was a promoter, and Bud was over there, and he shit on him for not being marketable. You're the promoter, nigga. What are you talking about? You're supposed to create packages on how we're going to market this guy. So if you're not going to do that, why the fuck is he there for? We're there to watch Bud Crawford. We're there to watch. I'm not there to watch Bob Arum and have Tyson Fury come out and sing happy birthday to you. I don't care. Boxing, please. And this is where we at. These fighters need to understand. We're the consumer. You're the product. And you guys got to make a decision on what you want to do. This is fucking ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. And this is why boxing is dying. You don't need these guys. You think that some of these fighters walking around, they don't know? Oh, I know what it takes to put an event. You need X amount of dollars. You need to be able to pay the venue. You need to be able to pay the camera people and the commentators, whatever. Yo, look, man, it's going to take some work. But when it gets to a point where you could freeze out these promoters and shit, you keep a majority of the pot. Devin is close to doing that. All right, fella, your thoughts?
I was just thinking, Drew, for all this talk of death. You know what else is dying?
What's that?
Cable TV.
Uh-oh.
Cable TV, to me, is dead in my life. I don't watch it. I watch a majority of my content on apps.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a majority of the people in my intermediate circle consumes content off of apps as well. We all got smart TVs, and those smart TVs might be connected to Fire Sticks. They already are loaded with apps on them, such as The Zone.
Yep.
Shit like maybe let me think. Hulu, things of that nature. So boxing keeps on, or let's talk about the PBC, for instance, going to or looking for the terrestrial network, when maybe it should be looking for a proper app. And this is where I think another misstep was taken from not considering that the Zone deal.
Right.
For all the criticisms of the Zone is the only platform that's given us boxing content outside of the fights.
Right.
We're seeing documentaries. We're seeing boxing news talk with commentators and analysts that may have not been in the sport. So I believe that was a misstep. But at the same time, I'm thinking, why isn't YouTube? Why hasn't any of these promoters considered YouTube as an outlet? YouTube does have the service that keeps on hitting me in the face every time I put it on, every time I click on my YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my opinion, boxing lives on YouTube.
It does.
Before I even knew boxing forums were on YouTube, I didn't have much people to talk to about boxing, being in Canada. You know what I mean? And boxing's not the most popular sport over here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But discovering the whole boxing community on YouTube, the amount of content creators that talk about boxing, the amount of game tape, fights. Where else, Drew? Where else can we find fights? Where's the first place when you look to see? I need to see Ryan Garcia's last two opponents to see how they look. Let me look at Oscar Duarte and let me look at the Tank fight. How do you see that? Where do you go?
Come here. You gotta come here. They gotta come to YouTube.
So
boxing lives on YouTube.
Boxing lives on YouTube. So I don't understand why some of these promoters don't look at YouTube as a consideration to distribute some of their events, maybe on a premium basis. I remember there was one instance of it. Wasn't Joseph Parker and Hughie Fury on a YouTube pay-per-view fight? It failed.
Something like that. Yeah.
It failed miserably, but shit, it was still a good idea. You know what I mean? In these days and times where people are stealing fights left and right, and these cable networks aren't picking up, they ain't picking up boxing like that. You know what I mean? Unless it's highly marketable and profitable for them. You know what I mean? So your mid-tier fight is not going to get picked up by these networks no more. So you got to go somewhere, and you got to go where the people are at, and understand how the consumer consumes the content. And they don't consume the content on cable TV no more, Drew.
They don't. There was a Pro Box event on just last night, and there was some good fights on it last night.
Shout out Naji Lopez.
Yes.
I mean, that was a close fight, bro.
That was close. But damn, that was a damn good fight. He came out with Berlanga and everything. But that event, the competitiveness, and those are, if you're a boxing purist, you watch shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Me and Stormy was watching it, man. I was like, damn, man. Cindy was on there, the Mongolian kid that bust up Ryan's ribs. Yep. He fought, what's that African brother's name? I forget his name. He had a very like off name, but that was a damn competitive fight. And those, they had over like 8,000 people watching, but I'm looking at the numbers. I don't even participate in the chat. Some of the most racist shit you could ever read be in that chat, so just stay away from it. So I just blow the screen up and just watch. But that was some good stuff, man. That was some good stuff. You couldn't even air that on TV. You couldn't. But ProBox understands where boxing lives.
Shout out ProBox, because
shout out to ProBox.
I was entertained last night, bro.
Yes, that was some good stuff. And I actually want to see Lopez run that back. And that was a knockdown in round 10. I don't care what they say. That was a knockdown. A punch landed, and what's that? What was the Argentinian brother's name? Escrow. I forgot.
That's just something.
Yeah, he was game. He was game. He did more playing to the crowd, but it was still close. But that was a 10-8 round around 10 because the punch landed, and although his footing wasn't there, it's academic. Punch lands, he fell. That's a 10-8 round, but they didn't call it. But Lopez still won. But I would love to see them run that back because it was so competitive. I don't know if Lopez would want to run that back right now because he's trying to do other things, so I get it. But I would like to see them face off again down the line because that was a competitive fight. But my point is, this is where boxing is. It's on YouTube. It's not on cable. Imagine having to wait for Showtime or whatever. I mean, look, it's been dying for a minute. I came up on Tuesday night fights, Friday night fights on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There was a boxing show on Galavision. I used to watch. All of it was in Spanish. I used to watch it though. You understand? I love boxing, and the pendulum has swung in a different direction. But as it swung to the left and to the right, it's just there's no direction it's in right now. But right now, technology has put these fighters in a position where I don't think they realize they don't need promoters. If you have a YouTube channel and Instagram, and you can legitimately promote yourself, you might have to do something silly to get people to look at you. You know what I'm saying? You see our brother Elijah Pierce, he all over his social media, but he's also working. Now he's working with Sean Gibbons and things of that nature. So he got some things cooking, you know, and shout out to our brother. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can pull this pick up real quick. I meant to show y'all this. And we got to salute our brother Elijah Pierce. The brother, where's that? Damn it. All right, here we go. I'll send this to you real quick. Damn. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Elijah Pierce is putting in work. And the brother got a fight coming up. And what I decided to do is, damn it, this thing. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. Should be weird. My bad, y'all. Let me address this real quick. Texas T says, say, Drew, you saw the interview with B-Hop and Radio Raheem. He called Bill a pimp. B-Hop just talking at this point, man. I ain't paying no attention to what he says. And that man is not 6 feet tall. Repeat, he is not 6 feet tall. Tuesday, he walked right by me. And I'm like, nah. No way. Whatever, man. But shout out to Elijah Pierce. I bought a sponsorship space on his shorts. You know what I mean? I said his next fight. So we support the brother. He's doing big things. You know what I mean? And he understands marketing. He understands marketing. He don't have a machine behind him like Tank did. But I need y'all to understand, Tank, a lot of these fighters, they get chosen. And they say, you know what, we can make this guy a star. That's what they did with Tank. Now, am I saying Tank is trash? No. You know, he's one of the best out there. But Tank was chosen and he had a machine behind him, but he was also steered around a lot of people. This is Lomachenko going on 5 years. He could have been had that fight. He didn't do it. Look at his last opponents. We didn't want to see any of that. And I've heard a lot of excuses as to why he ain't fight Devin. None of them in which I'm buying. But when you have all these young men, you know, Oshaki Foster, and salute to Oshaki Foster, they understand marketing. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, man. Things have changed. Things have changed between now and the Floyd Mayweather era. You legitimately, you don't have to do this shit. You don't have to get a manager promoter. You find your niche, you get on social media, you be out loud about it, and you back up your talk. Do it right here on YouTube. There's athletes making more money on YouTube than they did in their professional career. I'm not joking when I say that. Or they're making a good living. They're making a better living on YouTube than they thought they would make after their NBA or NFL career. I'll give you a prime example. Gilbert Arenas has a YouTube channel, y'all. Agent Zero. He was hot once upon a time in the NBA, and then he had some gun issues, and that was the end of that. He has a YouTube channel. He's kicking ass right now. Club Shay Shay. I don't think that Shannon thought that he'd be making this amount of money after the NFL outside of broadcasting on terrestrial TV and radio and stuff. He didn't think 10 years ago, if you told him, yo, after your NFL career is done, you're going to make about $1 million on YouTube. He'd be like, what's a YouTube? He never thought. It's so bad, you got comedians hating on him because they want their fucking 8 seconds of fame off of his name. Can you believe this shit? So are the boxers really paying attention? I hope y'all are. You don't need Bob Arum. You don't even need Eddie Hearn. They're outdated. But a lot of these guys are afraid to step outside the norm and do the opposite. They're afraid. And that's why we fuck with Bill Haney and Devin Haney. They weren't afraid. They understand social media. And now they're the commodity. They tell Golden Boy, if we're going to fight some guy on your roster, this is what we want. They're going to tell Top Rank the same thing. They tell DAZN the same thing. They'll tell Matchroom the same thing. You got a guy over there that wants to fight? All right, we want to fight him too, but here's what we want. Why? Because we move the needle. And I don't give a fuck what these hating-ass fans say. Oh, Devin don't sell. Devin don't do this. It's all been proven bullshit. Y'all lost that argument already. All we want is the fights. And if PBC folds, what Tank gonna do? You gonna call up Turk Al-Sheikh now and apologize?
Better.
Yep, you might want to do that there, brother. You might want to mend that now. Because if this shit fails on Amazon Prime, I don't know. They want $80 for that event. Are they gonna prove to Amazon, yo, look, we could bring this every time? Canelo's out here saying, nah, fuck you. I don't need you. I don't need to fight Benavidez. In fact, take your money back. I don't need you. This is fucked up. So absolutely, and you're right, odd fella, American boxers on life support. So you American fighters, all right, you cats need to get up, get on your YouTube channels, and start marketing yourself like yesterday. All the signs are there. I knew something was strange when Friday Night Fights disappeared off of ESPN. I said, what's happening? It's like the Titanic. They hit that iceberg. They didn't know they were going to die right away. They said, we hit that iceberg. It's small. Nope. Y'all about to go down. You know what I'm saying? When boxing started disappearing, when HBO boxing vanished, y'all should have been scrambling. Showtime just left. Panic time. Now the PBC don't have a network. And Eddie Hearn just broke it down in this video. Go watch it. It's uploaded on my channel. Shameless plug for myself, but y'all hear already. Go listen to what he says. I don't fuck with Eddie like that. He a liar, but he was saying some shit. PBC is in the ocean with no goddamn life jacket, but they're really good swimmers. But the best swimmer in the world cannot survive in the middle of the Atlantic with no land in sight. He's going to die. He is going to die. You got Shakur fighting on a Thursday? What the fuck was that? And I'm keeping it real. Shakur's a premier talent. Why would you put him on a Thursday? What the niggas was still at work when he was fighting. Texting me, yo, you in front of the TV? I say, I'm at work, bro. You know I was at work when that fight. I came home at like round, like, nigga, it was like round 4. I was like, damn, well, what? Nothing happened. Thursday night, that's what y'all gonna do? Didn't even make it a Friday. Y'all couldn't buy a spot for Saturday? Y'all did that for Better Beef. He fought on a Saturday when he fought Joe Smith. Y'all, my God, man. Y'all fighters better wake up. Do it yourself. If you don't have a personality, go get one. Go buy one. You need to be buying. You need to be paying these people. I don't know what they're called. There's a name for them that helps you build your character. Start paying people to run your social media. Get the best cameras. Promote yourself, because this ship is sinking. And I have no faith in what the PBC is gonna do. All right, fella, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Yo, Tay Jones in the building. Yo, Tay got a fight coming up, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is. See if I can find that real quick. I'm gonna find that real quick. Why my caps on? Here we go. Here we go. Tay got a fight coming up. There it is. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. It's in Mexico, so automatically, and it's the fucking WBC. So you know the fix is in. God damn it. Let's go, Tay. I know Blue say he gonna try and make it out there. Let's fucking go. This nigga's meat. Let's go. So it's gonna be a pay-per-view. Tay gonna let us know what's what. And I'm buying it. So we all gotta support. April 27th. That's on a Saturday. Let's get it popping. No doubt. Let's get it. All right, fella. Let them know how they can find you, good brother.
TWR presents right here on YouTube. UsualSuspects6.com. Check out our boxing content from all the brothers. Cadillac Red, KG, 503 Lions, Stay Ready Boxing TV, and of course, New York's own Act Reacher 45. Make sure y'all tap in the shop, UsualSuspects6.com. You know what I mean? Get your latest drip, your latest fitted caps, hoodies, outerwear, apparel, all that. You know what I mean? Tap in with us, but y'all know what it is. It's your favorite yet your most hated art fella. Salute to the Usual Suspects. Salute to Bronx on deck, Mr. Drew Titan. Salute to the LDBC. And I'm Gizon.
Yes, sir. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, boxing is on life support, but we here. And we carrying the torch, you know what I mean? Bear Cave tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Act Reach's birthday, so I'm gonna let him take the wheel. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. Bear Cave Entertainment, Comic Cons, the Jab Jamboree, shop UsualSuspects6.com. You know what I mean? The General's on. Let's head over there. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.